One chap I wonder who could make it. What do you reckon? What, the one and only Dermot O'Leary? Is it time we put that question to him?
Come on, Dermot.
Come on, Dermot. We know you can dance.
Oh, I'll have to come over.
Let's watch these.
Come on, give us a sample. Dance
I think you
over.
approach Ronald the way you approach the Queen, don't you?
Yes, you do, yeah. Just doff away. Lovely to see you.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So early.
Oh, yeah, pleasure.
You're on a little bit later, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're on.
Unless you know something I don't.
The
He's
call
on
for
this morning.
Strictly.
Hi, gang.
Does it come in every year?
No.
Never.
It's come in once.
It's come in once. When was that? This year?
No.
It's a while back.
This is not what I thought it would be. It was a couple of years ago.
Okay. And is it a flat note? Because you do a lot
It's
of
a flat note.
dancing.
I took lunch with them because my mates work. A few mates work on the show who I respect greatly, and I think they're brilliant.
So you let them buy you lunch
TV
and then said no.
producers. I offered, but it's just I love the show, but I just don't want to do it.
I follow you on Instagram. All you do is dance.
Exactly, on Instagram, there.
Right.
On Saturday morning.
OK.
It has no earthly right to be on prime time. It's a strictly morning affair with my dance. Also, I genuinely, firmly believe that no one is watching that because no one is watching that. You know what I mean?
But we are, though.
I know, but, you know what it's like. When you dance like no one's watching, you think no one's watching. And you're on Strictly, you're dancing like everyone's watching.
No, that's how Kate danced on Strictly. When you did it. Isn't that fair? You danced like no one was watching.
I don't know. I think I danced like I was in a coma or something. I just did not dance at all, did I?
Who's done it here?
It was just terrible.
Who's done it?
Yeah.
Richard.
All
Kate,
of
and
us.
Charlotte.
Richard was great.
2012, week 7 in 2019 for the Christmas
2012.
special. 2012.
There he is.
Did you enjoy it?
Loved every minute
I
of
loved it. We all loved it. Charlotte and I were probably less successful than we might have hoped.
Yes.
If I can put it that way.
That's when it's hard, isn't it? Because you love it and it doesn't quite go as you might have planned it in your dreams, but...
You all did sensationally well.
Shall we...
Thoroughly entertaining watching you struggle.
Well, how did you do?
Week 7.
Did you?
Yeah. I know, what a shocker. But we weren't at Blackpool Tower that year. We were at Wembley because they were refurbing the tower. So I made it to Wembley and I got seen off by Nikki from Westlow.
Oh, that's not bad.
Well, that's not bad. Well, it's home
That's
turf.
a badge
It's
of honour, that.
Yeah, it's
Well
Old
done.
Trafford, isn't it, for Westlow?
Let's leave Strictly there for a bit. 'cause it's
You
big
might
night for
have
them
thought you
tomorrow.
were coming to talk about Wings of Glory,
Well, I was
Dermot.
hoping I was coming.
You were hoping to talk about it.
No.
This is your book. It's
Yeah.
fascinating. It's doing really well.
Thank you.
People are
Another
loving
lovely
it.
book that you've written, another lovely kids'
Great.
book that you've written, and it's about... Well, tell us a little bit about it, Derm.
So the backdrop is I've done 5 books about my cat Toto, who
Ninja cat.
Exactly, who's blind, but she's an international ninja cat. So she works for an ancient order of international ninjas. Each cat is ensconced with a world leader to make sure the world leaders don't do anything stupid. So she works for Larry, the 10 Downing Street cat, who, as you can imagine, is quite overworked.
Yeah.
So she works for him. So anyway, I've done 5 of those books. Really enjoyed doing them. And then my publisher said, "Listen, got any other ideas?" And I've always loved history, and specifically, the Second World War is kind of my sweet spot.
Yeah.
I like Victorian Britain as well, but I love the Second World War. So in terms of in historical context, so I thought, OK, I love writing for animals, the whole creating the world of animals. So I've got a swift. Unbeknownst to us, in the Second World War, the animals are fighting on our behalf. I've got a swift who signs up for the Royal Bird Force to fight on the front line, the RBF, rather than the RAF, on the south coast of England. And all he wants to do, him and his sister, is fight in the squadron of Peregrine Falcons, who are like the elite, the Spitfire pilots, exactly. But they won't have him. So he ends up in this kind of raggle-taggle squadron of a magpie who thieves everything in sight, an owl who won't get out of bed before 8 in the evening. But him and Peregrine somehow become friends, and they end up changing the course of the war.
It's so... Your passion for that particular time in history, I've always admired.
But do you know what it is? I think it's 2 things. I think it's the fact that I don't really have a personal family tied to it, because all my family are Irish. But it's more the fact that it's so recent, so everyone in the UK pretty much has a grandfather or a great-grandfather or great-mother who had some experience of what it was like then. So, and also it evolves this history, so we keep finding stuff out about it, and I find that really interesting. But really, what I love is ordinary people put in extraordinary circumstance, and the Second World War is littered with those sort of stories of
It's a
people who
touch-
changed the course
yeah.
of history almost by accident.
And it's a touchstone for all of us as well.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
you say, everybody has friends or family or relatives, elderly relatives that have been a part of it. I think it's amazing. What I love the fact is how many different things you do in your life, in your professional life. I mean, literally, there is... I don't think there's anything you can't do, but I want to go all the way back.
There's quite a lot I
Because
can't.
what people might not realise, there's maybe some, that Dermot and I started on television together, way, way back. The original incarnation
Can we see the picture,
of
please?
Channel
I want to
4's
see how much
T4.
they've changed. Look at that!
And there is someone else there you
That
might
feels like a
recognise, of course, which is
heartbeat.
television's Andi Peters, who gave us both our first jobs in television.
Absolutely.
So that's why he's there.
Television. You're welcome.
So you know what I
Just so
thought?
briefly before we move on for that photo, Dermot, you've got more hair now than then.
Yeah.
I know.
Most people don't have that arc, that narrative arc. Do they?
Less with that narrative
Are
arc.
you suggesting there's been some crop rotation, as
I'm
Anton
not
called it?
saying-
Has
how
there been
dare
something
you.
going on? Can we
There's a
just
guy on Instagram who follows me. He's convinced I wear a wig, and he will not leave me. He's like, "You wearing?" I have never got back to him, but I'm like, feel free to come and pull it all out.
Just as Rupert Murdoch stepped down from News Corp International, Andi Peters was the Rupert Murdoch of television, of teen television. He was the
100%.
man. He was the puppet master. So we want to try and recreate this picture. Andy, come over. I'm going to come round as well. There was some really
Dermot, you've
important...
got
Where do I
to
go?
have a look at it on
I just
screen.
remember, Kate, you
There's
mentioning his
stuff.
hair, and I remember thinking,
Well, so-
can I have a skinhead working on Channel 4?
You were so annoyed about my hair
used
back
to be
in the
so-
day.
Where is it? What way is it?
Wrong way.
Grow your hair.
That way, that way.
There we go.
And you
Andy
need
was
to
like,
get a
you weren't
lot
allowed to chew
closer.
gum.
Get round
A
Andy's
lot
shoulders.
closer.
Can we get
And
a
you
picture
need
of it
to
up
pull
again?
Andy's cheeks more, Ben.
Did it work?
Did it work? Did it work?
Oh, it looks quite good. Oh, it's fun.
How many years ago was that? Was that early? That was 1999?
1999. And also, we just should say the other people in the picture, so Neil, Moonface,
Yeah.
Andrew,
Stocks, Chappers, John Lamb.
John Lamb.
Lamb of God.
And we're all still working in television.
Or
The chin you can just about
Crazy.
see is a big commissioner at BBC now.
Yeah,
as
I
well.
know, exactly,
Who'd
literally.
believe? He used to sleep under the desk at Channel 4.
He was
Yes, 'cause I used
committed
to make
to
people
the
work
job.
hard. People worked hard in those days.
Amazing. Dermot, lovely to see you. Thank you for
Is
coming
that it?
in.
I love coming here and chatting to God and eating crisps.
Yes. Yes.
You've got to get to work. You've got to go to this morning and start prepping for your show.
Well, like I said, I'd like to go the short way round.
Dermot, can you
but-
do me a favour? On This Morning, we were playing with these...
What am I supposed to do with that?
I want you've got to secrete this on the This Morning set at somewhere
Brother.
without telling anyone. and if
There's a
people watch
Ben's
This Morning
blurb and a
later...
Kate's blurb, and I've got to be honest, the demand for the Ben's blurb have vastly outreached the Kate's
Yeah.
blub. So we've got
So
a
you've got to
lot of these
get it on
left
the
over.
set.
Go on,
Can
Garraway.
you hide it
Give me that.
somewhere? Don't let Alison know and surprise her in some way.
I've got to be honest, the feet are freaking me out.
It's not
Sneak
the
it
feet, it's
on.
not the feet I'm worried about.
Nobody will ever
Lovely to see you.
suspect.
Have a good show a little bit later on.
My pleasure, Ben.